The most attractive thing that you can have as a woman is the ability to decenter men. Let's talk about it. Decentering men, it means that men are not the center of your universe, obviously. But let me go in deeper into that. It means even if you have a man, you're not posting him all the time. You're not talking about him all the time. You're not thinking about your man. You're not trying to please your man all the time. If you don't have a man, you're not concerned about what guy likes you and the guy that you're dating. You're not trying to like bend over backwards to please him, go out of your way to get validation or approval from him or to be desired by men. So women who have the ability, okay, whether they are single or taken, dating or not, women who have the ability to decenter men are the most attractive women. Her entire personality and persona and character and identity doesn't revolve around the existence and pleasing men because she has decentered men, because she has mastered the law of detachment. She's not attached. Attachment will literally ruin every single connection you have. Those are most likely unhealthy attachment, which is why you need to learn to detach. Because if you are holding on tightly, too tightly to something, to someone, to a goal, a purpose, an outcome, to money, to people, whatever it is, if you are holding on too tight, you are actually pushing that thing away further from you. That's how it works in the universe. If you try to pull something too much towards you and you're holding on too tightly, the thing that happens is that it ends up like a swing going further away from you. So, this is why the law of detachment is so important because if you want healthy connections and relationships, no matter in what capacity, whether that is friendships or with men, relationships, commitments, you need to learn how to detach. That is the key. Okay. If you learn to detach, your connections, your relationships will grow and thrive exponentially because you are letting people be. You're giving people their freedom, their space to be themselves and express themselves and show up authentically as who they really are. Okay. Whereas when you're attached, you are most likely projecting, trying to push your narratives, trying to get them to do what you want, trying to get them to be who you want. Maybe you're trying to get them to change or you're trying to fix them because you're attached. And that's what happens with attachments. It's unhealthy and it's very toxic, which is why most likely if you have a bad attachment to someone, you will end up pushing that connection, relationship, and that person away. So the key here, detachment. I cannot say it enough, and a lot of people talk about this already. It's nothing new. Learn how to disconnect, okay? Um Detachment is really more on an energetic level, mental and emotional too, but um all of those things are energy after all. So learn how to energetically cut cords, okay? It means that you are not dependent, reliant on this person's behavior towards you or their affection towards you or how they show up for you, because you have to be able to show up for yourself. You have to be able to pour into yourself. You have to be able to find happiness on your own, and then you can share that happiness in a thriving, healthy relationship. If you are attached because you don't know how to source those things from within you and you are outsourcing it and you're waiting for someone to come and give you those things, give you love, give you happiness, give you peace, instead of you finding that within you, then you are outsourcing, which means you have most likely unhealthy attachments. Back to the topic. So, decenter men. That is the key. If you decenter men, you will become more attractive, more magnetic, you will become more appealing, and overall just more pleasant to be around because you have a lot going on for yourself. Even if you have a pretty like soft quiet life, it doesn't matter as long as you have stuff going on for yourself. Like you have friends, you have family, you have hobbies, you have things that you're passionate about, you take care of yourself, you're high maintenance. It's one of the most important things that men notice from the beginning when they start to talk to you and they get to know you deeper, and they see that you have a life of your own, that you have interests of your own, you have your own opinion, your own taste, you have authenticity because you're original and you don't try to fit in or go along with the trends, and you're not trying to copy the next person, or you're not always desperate for attention, for validation. I know I'm repeating myself, but it's very important that you guys understand, when you decenter men, you become the baddest of them all. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the baddest of them all? If you learn to detach yourself from everything and everyone and just let people be who they are, let them show you who they really are, and you don't try to push your narratives and your fantasies on them, and you just let people be. You don't try to hold on too much or cling on to them or try to narrate the story like you wanted everything to happen your way. No, if you are detached and you decenter men, you are just living your life. You're just vibing. You are just letting people be who they are, and they show you who they are, and you just act accordingly because you're detached, because you don't need a man to breathe. Men have less trouble decentering women. I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of men are very selfish. They literally do what's best for them and they put themselves first, sometimes at the expense of others. And others usually is women. So try to decenter men and try to become the main character of your life, and just realize that, hey, this is my life. No one's gonna tell me how to live my life, and no one's gonna dictate how I'm gonna feel inside, or if I'm gonna feel good about myself, or if I'm gonna feel pretty. Hell no. Like, I'm not gonna let someone have all that control over me and narrate my story. Like, this is my story, and I'm the one who should be in control. And that is exactly what you should be telling yourself in order to get to the place of detachment and decentering men completely. And you will live happily ever after.